Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you a combination of both upper body and lower body stretches. So we're going to start with the lower body first. So we're going to begin with your hamstrings and your calves. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have your hand brake on your bike so that we're not rolling anywhere while we're stretching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Donna to place both her feet up on the front axle of the bike, knees extended and toes pulled up. So we want our knees to be nice and straight, nice and long over top of the front of the bike. And then once you're in position with the knees straight, toes up, you're going to lean forward slightly until you feel a comfortable stretch through the back part of your calves, knee, and upper back of your thigh. So you lean as far forward as you're comfortable until you feel that stretch. You only want to lean as far as you are comfortable, so you don't want to go so far where you're starting to feel some discomfort. You want to just feel a nice gentle stretch. Think about taking nice deep breaths, just relaxing into the stretch. Feel the muscles elongating and getting a nice good pull out of that. So we're going to hold for a few more seconds, and perfect. So you can bring your feet down onto the floor next, and we're going to move up the leg into your hips. So I'm going to ask Donna to extend her right leg back behind her body, toes pointed on the ground, nice tall posture, and just lean back ever so slightly until you feel a bit of a pull through the front of your hip and maybe even a little bit down into the front of your thigh. So we're looking to stretch out your hip flexors and your quadricep muscles. So if you have any discomfort as you're doing this stretch, what you want to do is maybe don't lean back as far, come forward and think about squeezing your bum muscles instead to get a little bit of a posterior rotation through your pelvis. That'll help increase the stretch through your hips as well. So you really want to make sure that you feel that stretch through there. Just adjust your body position ever so slightly until you feel it in that target area. Perfect, so you can relax your foot back in, and we're going to move to the opposite side. So I'm going to get Donna to extend back, reaching with her toes. Think about squeezing the bum muscles, nice tall posture. So if you want, you're welcome to place your hands on your hips to help give yourself a little bit more of a feedback for your body position if you feel comfortable. If not, no problem holding on to the front of the bike. So we're still looking to feel that pull through the front of your thigh and your hip. You're reaching back as far as you comfortably can. Hopefully you don't have any back discomfort as you do this, but again, if you do, just pull your leg in a little bit and just come out of that extended position. Perfect, excellent. So next we're going to try to stretch and round out our low back and our upper back. So what I'm going to ask Donna to do is to hold onto the handlebars in front of her, and what she's going to do is she's going to try to round out her shoulders, round out her low back, almost like you're curling in amongst yourself. So it's a bit of a modified version of a cat stretch. So we're just trying to really open up the spine and take some pressure off of those spinal segments. So you're trying to just really reach your shoulder blades towards the back of the room, really try to round out through that low back, through your upper back. Remember to breathe, take some nice deep breaths, and just relax into the stretch. So we're just getting a nice good traction through that spine, just trying to open up the pressures through there. Perfect. And we're going to just hold for a few more seconds. Excellent. Good. So you can come out of that stretch there. So now we're going to move into a few of our upper body stretches. We're going to start with the neck. So what I'm going to ask Donna to do is to rotate her head to the right, and then she's going to look down into her underarm. So she should be feeling this stretch hopefully on the left side of her neck and down into the back part of her shoulder blade. If she's not feeling this stretch as much, she can take her left hand and reach towards the ground, trying to traction and open up that neck as much as possible. So we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. And so the further you reach, the more you're going to traction, and hopefully the more stretch you'll feel in through the neck. Good. Just a few more seconds there, Donna. Excellent. So you can bring your hand back up on the handlebar, and we're going to do the opposite side. So she's going to rotate her head to the left and look down to her underarm. So another variation of this stretch is she can take her left hand and reach for the back of her head and pull her nose a little bit closer in towards your underarm to increase the stretch of this. So you want to be very gentle with the pull. It's not a very aggressive movement. It's just to provide a little bit of an extra traction to help stretch out that muscle a little bit more. So we're holding for 30 seconds, just a few more here, and relax. Perfect. So next we're going to stretch out the front of our chest, so our pectoral muscles. So really important for posture, we want to keep these muscles stretched out so that we're not so rounded. So what I'm going to ask Donna to do is we're going to extend our arms out to the side, palms facing forward, and she's going to reach her arms back behind her, pushing her chest forward, hopefully feeling that stretch in through the front of her shoulder and down into the front of her arm here. So we're just going to hold this position for 30 seconds. But if you're not comfortable releasing both hands from the handlebars, feel free to hold on with one arm. So I'm going to get Donna to hold on with her left, and it's the exact same position. So now you have a little bit more support as we're holding. And you would do each arm for 30 seconds. Good, and relax there. So now we're going to work the opposite side of the body. We're going to stretch out the back part of the shoulder. So I'm going to ask Donna to extend her right arm in front of her body. She's going to pull across her body, and she's going to take her opposite hand and apply a gentle overpressure to feel a bit of an increased stretch, again, in through the back side of the shoulder and maybe even a little bit into the back of the shoulder blade. So she's going to hold this position for 30 seconds, feeling a nice, strong stretch. So posture is important as well. You want to make sure that you're always sitting nice and tall on your bike. Excellent. So the more she pulls with her opposite hand, the more stretch she will feel. Perfect, and relax your arm down. Again, if you're not comfortable releasing both hands from the handlebar, you can also do this just with one arm. So holding on to the handlebars with your right arm, Donna, I'm going to get you to take your left arm and reach across your body. So you want to think about reaching your fingers towards your opposite wall. Think about pushing your shoulder blade towards the back of your opposite wall as well. So you're looking at a little bit of a tug of war between your fingertips and your shoulder blade. So we're just trying to open up those 2 points as much as we can and feel that stretch through the back side of the shoulder blade. Okay, we're holding for 30 seconds. If you happen to get any pinching in through the front of your shoulder, just adjust how much you're pulling across your body. You can be open up a little bit and just use the tug of war analogy as your basis for increasing your stretch. Perfect, and relax. So that is your video for your upper and lower body stretches.